So yeah, man, y'all know I've been out for a while and stuff. But we back in effect, full effect. About to start this season two shit. But we about to start this little season two a little different today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start talking about mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to bring awareness to this on this episode, you know. And I had my little journey in life where I had to deal with someone who had mental health issues. And I'm here to tell my story. Um, I don't want to expose no names, but people really gonna know. They gonna know. They gonna know. So um her type of mental health that she had was a covert narcissist. So when we first met, when we first started talking and shit, I wasn't peeping out the signs, because when you first meet someone, you don't be looking at them. You don't be thinking that y'all gonna be in a relationship. Or, you know what I'm saying? You don't know where it's gonna go at. So you don't really be trying to peep out all the signs that they be putting forth to you. So as everybody know, I moved up to Denver and shit like that. But I had signs before. But I'm gonna talk about the real signs that was real, just real out there. So like in about uh summer last year, July, June, July. That's when things started getting a little funny or something. I had to talk with one of my partners. I was like, man, I got a gut feeling something not right, something like that. So, I didn't really trip about it or nothing. I didn't go digging to see what was going on yet. So, a few months passed and start arguing about shit, just be little shit starting. Oh, it's like gaslighting a nigga, just like she knew I wasn't doing shit or it wasn't my fault, but she would still come at me to start an argument so I could argue with her and shit like that. So she could reverse it on me and say that, oh, he the one that tripping and he the one that's causing the problem and shit like that. He always fussing and shit like that. So, it came to a point where she was her son, me and him was cool and shit. She would put shit in his ear about shit, putting a wrench between us, painting a bad picture to him. So I was, so me, I'm like, man, something not right. So, me, I went to start reading, checking out shit. I ran across a video on YouTube and it was talking about narcissists, shit like that. So I was peeping it out, checking it out. They had like 10 signs that a narcissist person has. So I'm like, man, they start listing these signs up. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? Yeah, that shit hit right at home. So like at this point, when I'm realizing what she is, I'm like, I'm really done with the relationship and shit. So I'm like, let's break up right. Let's do this shit the right way. Just leave on good terms. Bro, that shit ain't happened, bro. Shit went crazy. When I said I was leaving, man, shit went crazy. It started like in November when I was like, I'm leaving. Uh, like the devil came out that girl. But she started wilding, doing all kind of stupid shit. I'm like, man, you tripping? Man, you gotta paid all your bills. You know what I'm saying? So you should have some money, saved up or something. You could continue being on your shit. But as you for my posters on book, bitch went 4 months without paying the rent and shit like that. So I'm like, bro, you being real irresponsible and shit. And that was one of the traits, like, they're really irresponsible. They procrastinate and shit like that. That was exactly what she do, you know. And still to this day, you know. I don't I cut off, I blocked her and shit like that. But like a couple months ago, she was supposed to call someone and shit. I hit up like a couple of weeks later. I'm like, you call them people? She's like, no, I ain't been home. I'm like, damn, the fuck, you know that shit important. So why you know, I'm not handling it. So and then it was to a point where I was like, man, maybe I'm the problem. You know, maybe it really was me. You know, maybe I was tripping. You know, but then as I did more studies, I realized they do that shit. They make you think that you're the one that was tripping. Like they reverse it on you. They know how to tell you certain things to get to you and shit like that. So it was like when they first meet, they tell you a little sob story, have you feeling bad for them and shit. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that bitch did. She's talking about how her mama don't wouldn't be there for her and shit like that. But as we go along further in the relationship, man, her mama there for her. You feel me? She pick up the phone, her mama there. Her daddy there. So I'm like, why she telling me that sob story? Like, she trying to make me side out her parents like they not there for her or something. Man, they really was there for her. She was just doing fucking it up, you know, fucking up. I'm not trying to regress in life or whatever, you know. So so we finally break up. So I finally leave. It was like March when I left. After all kind of arguments and shit like that. Uh, bam. She was talking to somebody, dude. So I call out, I'm like, hey, who's this nigga? She's like, oh, my friend. Oh shit, somebody called. Fuck. Don't be calling my fucking phone. It's showtime. So I left in March. Yeah. So around my birthday in February, she came back home late and shit like that by 9 or so. So then that's how you're acting on my birthday. I was like, all right, cool. I shot out. Do my dizzle, you know, boom, boom. Babe. She was sleeping on whoop, whoop, whoop. The Friday after my birthday, she come home super drunk. That's when I found out everything. Boom. I'm like, you tripping? Whoop, whoop, whoop. After all, like, you know, whoop, whoop, whoop. You ain't had to do that. All you had to do was leave. Like, how the help you leave? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I don't want to see nobody I fuck with down anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we could have did this shit the right way. But learning from my studies, I learned that you can't negotiate with a narcissist. It's hard to negotiate with them. So, you know, we can't meet on middle grounds for nothing. Like for a conversation, what we want to do is woo, woo, woo. None of that. For sure. Just cut my phone off, cut my phone bill off, whatever. Cut my phone off and everything. Like, yeah. I'm like, it took me a while to process shit, deal with shit that was going on and shit, you know, because I really invested some time up in that beach. But nah, I'm living my best life. I'm doing good, you know. I'm back to my old self and shit like that. It was a journey, you know, dealing with somebody with that type of sickness and shit like that. And I was just like, fuck. I was fuck. I'm happy I overcame that shit. I learned from it, you know, and I know how to spot them, you know, pick up warning signs from them, you know. I'm telling everybody out there, just stay safe when you're in that dating world, you know. Make sure you take time to study your partner and get the right things going, you know. Really communicate, you know, like that. If you go back to season one of the True Session podcast, I had a little rant going on, and you can hear us getting in an argument during the rant and shit like that. And I was like, starting to be like a weekly thing, you know, arguing and shit like that. And everybody know me now. I really don't be arguing about it. Like, on no shit like this. Like, like that's not me. But dealing with that people, dealing with her changed me, like made me a different person, shit like that. Person I didn't want to be, I had to. I know I was going in a situation I didn't like I was going in a way I didn't want to be in, like it with me, like fuck it.
So by the signs of it, I ain't really. If y'all watching, I ain't been really paying attention. I had to handle some business, but pretty much what you're saying is what I'm just catching on. You're saying something about mental health, and it started being in a relationship, and that's when you knew that it was messing with your mental, or y'all were just having problems that it was messing with your mental, or
once before I'd figure out about the mental health, like before I started studying, I knew something was wrong because like all of a sudden just changed, like started acting weird and shit. Like, and it was one of these times where she was making her friends like another trait of the narcissist. They make everybody else feel important in their life before they take care of the people that's really there for them, like the close ones that are there for them. They'll go out their way and help their friend move before she'll take me go to the mall and do some shit, Like, and that's when I started peeping out. Like, I'm like, damn, every weekend you making plans to go to friends and hang out and shit. Like, what's up, man? What the fuck up with us? Like, you don't want to hang out? Or she want me to go hang with her and her friend. And I'm like, no, I ain't about to do that. So, like, that's why I first started peeping out the side of that shit. And then once I peeped that sign, and then I started going and looking at it, like, because I even came to, I was like, man, let's go see a counselor. Like, shit not right. And she laughed. Like, I'm like, the fuck?
you telling me you was about to go to counseling? That's how much you was in love?
Yeah. Yeah, we got.
No,
Mm-hmm.
not
That's
you.
it. Yeah, big thugger. Yeah, big thugger. But, that was part of the effects of going through what I was going through, the mental health shit with her, Well, I'm like, I really care for her, shit like that. So she blew that shit off. I'm like, something really wrong because ain't no woman about to tell you, man. They don't want to talk about what's going on in the household, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially, like, the fuck? So I'm like, the fuck? Something right. So that's when I started reading and shit like that about mental health shit, Because at first I thought it was me, I thought I was the one with the mental health problems,
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll read this. I was like, fuck, that don't sound like me. That don't sound like me. When I ran across the narcissist shit, I'm like, well, fuck, this sounds totally like her. And like they had different kind of narcissists, and she, like the covert narcissist, she's shy.
What's that? Explain that, because I heard you say that at the beginning.
All right, like they got men narcissists, like they like social, like they like to, yes, they'll be like want to be the center of attention,
Mm-hmm.
So, but with a covert, like they shy, they nice, when you first meet them and stuff like that. But they self-centered. So when they start talking, they're gonna talk about themselves a lot,
Oh, all right.
When you talk to them, you start telling them stuff about you, they're not really too interested in shit like that. They be jealous of other females and shit. Like talk about these friends and shit like that. Like just straight evilness, my nigga. So shit about the covert, how they get you is because they're so nice and sweet when you first meet them, And then they love behind me like this. Y'all be having good sex and shit like that. And then like after a while, it's like she try to control you or some shit. Like she just change all of a sudden. Like we'll start with holding sex from me or something like shit like that. Like I'm like, man, we used to have sex all day, 3 times, 4 times a day. Nah, I can't get that. Girl, stop playing with me. Who you giving that shit to? Who you giving? I am not Boo Boo the Fool. I am not Boo the Fool. And like, you can't play a player. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't do that, man. Like, so I'll be on point with all that shit. So that's how you got caught. You know, trying to fuck around and shit. Caught that. And and then another trait about them is they don't accept accountability for shit, Like right before I left, the night before I left, this bitch admitted to me everything. She told me everything. Come about a couple of months ago, we arguing and shit. She come tell me she ain't never did none of that shit, man. I'm like, bitch, you
Man, she
delusional.
was just making up all kind of shit.
It's like shit. I'm like, but you know. She's like, stop saying I did it. I ain't do that. I'm like, bitch, you admitted to it. That was the crazy thing. Like, you admitted to doing it. Like, what the fuck? It's not like I just went off my own or something.
Yeah.
Like, she really need help. And then you go in depth about their relationship with the kids and stuff like that. And I realized why she, with her son, like she keep him around like that, and she don't want be rough on him on that, and she don't want to lose him or something, because she keeping him around to depend on him just in case all else fails,
Oh shit. Keep on talking. I'm listening.
And then with their daughters, they trying to live vicariously through their daughter. But if their daughter rebel against them, they cut off. They don't fuck with them like that, So I peeped that because she put her daughter out one day just over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I was there all the time. My daughter never disrespected her. She helped clean up in the house and shit like that. She would even cook. You know what I'm saying? She was really good. I don't know why she just put her daughter. But from a narcissist, they envy other women. She envied her daughter, so she couldn't be around them like that. You feel me? No. But they keep these sons around so they can latch off to them. Me and her son was pretty cool. Cool.
If anybody go back and listen to old episodes, clearly they could hear it. Like, y'all didn't have no issues.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to help, he seen what you was doing. He wanted to be involved with it, help.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I ain't no ill feelings towards him or nothing like that. That's why I ain't really talking too in depth about him, because I don't want to go bash about it, Because I still got love for the little nigga and shit. So, at first I thought he was part of the problem until I figured out what the problem really was, And with them, just the way it's my morals, I don't know. But mental health is real. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck nobody. People are really sick out here in these streets. Like, you can't always blame the person that's sick. You gotta blame people that's around them too, because you just be letting that person just get away with stupid shit like that. Like, no. She was, y'all was fuss about money and shit like that. I'm like, why wouldn't I? The fuck? If I see something not right, I just give you a whole bunch of money. And then a couple of days later, we ain't got shit in the house, like we missing toilet paper or something. I'm like, what the fuck? I just gave you some money. Why you think, if you need me to go do that or you need help, just ask,
Yeah.
Like, it's just simple shit like that. Like, they got this shit called flying monkeys, that they get this person that side of the story, like, so they can be cheering for them, like people that's on her side and shit like that. So like right now, she probably got like a whole group of friends that's on her side, that's like saying a smear campaign against Lil Beezy and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, then it's other one of them. So nobody really knew nothing until she came out and said that, oh, I had a baby on the way and shit like that. And that shit, like, I'm like, I was already moved out and shit. Like, I was already gone, Then that information came to me and shit like that. She was trying to use that and trying to say I cheated on her, but I'm like, no, I didn't cheat, bitch. We was beefing.
What did it even matter anyway that y'all was done?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? So that was that. And it was just, she would do like, and then she was trying to keep me around, like just trying to keep me around just to keep her shit in like other shit they do, like try to have a fall back nigga on, you know what I'm saying, all the time, So what happened? Oh, I was coming out there from the cousin wedding and shit. You feel me? Well, when I'm going to a party, some shit. So we get to the little hall and shit. I took a shopping earlier that day. Shit, bought a little outfit and shit. So we went to the party. Get to the party. Shit. Flipped again, so the actions were a little different. We fell out again that night. Niggas was being messy. They told her, niggas told her that I had a girl pregnant. So now she thinking I got 2 babies on the way. So boom, bitch almost killed me that night.
So hold on, since we talking about babies, do you have any babies on the way?
None.
All
none.
Right.
I have none. Mose was 9. And then that's another bitch was trying to track me, trying to say she was pregnant and she wasn't even pregnant and shit like that. Like, they had that going on too. And shit like that. That's a whole another mental health problem in itself, right? We're gonna talk about that. That was crazy, bitch. Starting out. That shit happened. So I came out there in April, for the wedding, my little cousin wedding and shit. So she ended up coming out there. She ended up coming to the wedding and everything. Went to see my mom and whoop, 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 and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I said, bro, why you do that? Why you did that shit? You know what I'm saying? We're not together and shit like that. You should have just passed and pick up what I told you to pick up. You shouldn't sit and talking with my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. But now she a part of the past. And I'm like, nigga, I'm happy. Like, I got my first check. I was like, oh, there's money for me? And I was like, welcome back. I'm back. Single life, I'm back, And like, I've been out the relationship, but like the shit, like, I'm saying, a little healing process. It was like D-to-D shit. Like, some days I was good, some days I wouldn't, and shit like that. Shit took a toll out on the nigga. Like, fuck all that. Like, I realized like the whole relationship was like fake to me, you know what I'm saying? Shit, fake. It was fake. The whole shit was fake. If you ask me,
in otherwise, how they make it seem like it was something that you need to learn in that relationship. It was a lesson.
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. I learned a lot of lessons in that relationship. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even mad that I went through that. Like I'm not even mad that, about none of this shit. I learned a lot, I matured a lot too, So I'm not even mad about this shit. Just the fact how it ended and just like it was just stupid. Like it didn't have to go that far, So that was my only little issue with the situation. But everything I was cool with. I learned a lot though.
Like, clearly, if you think about it, just you even talking about the mental shit, like it wasn't just even her going through, it was she affecting your mental. So it's like you think about it, all of this was part of learning into mental, because you went into learning what type of person she is and what kind of like mental issues she has. And it is like, now you messing with my mental. So all of that shit, it was a lesson to be learned.
Hell yeah. And like, I don't regret none of that shit. Cause like I said, man, everything happens for a reason, bro. Like, as you know, my grandmother died this year and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out here, and I ended up leaving, and went home and shit, bro. And I know if I was still with her, I wouldn't have been able to do that shit, So I was paying all
Man,
my
why
money.
not though? Because at the end of the day, like
I was taking care of all the bills and shit. My money wasn't right, like enough to take that long off to go spend time with my grandma. You know what I'm saying, like that. But once we broke up, so I flew out there. I spent 2 months on the whole summer in Louisiana. Shit. My grandmother passed away in August, so I got time to spend, talk to him and shit like that. Yeah, I'll never regret this shit. And that's like, I say like, shit happened for a reason. Like, because if we wouldn't break up on none of this shit, I wouldn't have been able to spend that time before she passed. It would have just be flying. I'd have probably just fly there and go to the funeral and shit. But I got to spend, last few months with her.
Before she passed.
Hell yeah. So like, I see everything happened for a reason. This shit, like, this year has really been a little journey for me and shit. Like beginning of the year, my best friend was in the hospital and shit, dying and shit. I ain't even knowing shit, like while I was dealing with shit with that gun and shit like that. I almost lost my best friend, not even knowing this shit. But he made it through that. I mean, it was just like this year was a fucking mess. Like a mess like that. I don't care whatever you go through, bro. You can always make it, man. You can always make it out. Fuck what they say. Like, I had a good support system and shit. I could talk to, pick up that phone around there. They pick up calls to see if I'm good and shit. And honestly, look, I'm so appreciative of them people that did, like, thank y'all so much. Like, yeah.
Nigga, I can't say I wasn't the best friend because I know I fucked up. Well, as not saying as picking up the phone and or even just even text you. There's so much shit going on in my life. Like I didn't even.
You did your part, man. You hit me up. You really did, man.
No, but I'm just saying as not as much as as
like
people should.
You got 3 kids, nigga. Oh man, you tripping.
No, I'm saying because you got people that don't have kids and don't even have a family, and they can't even do as much because they so sick busy. Like,
yeah.
I try to do my best to reach out to everybody. Like, I'm not even gonna say friends, the people that I love that's around me. I try to do as much as I can because, having 3 little ones and all of this shit is pretty much it's a lot.
We working different. I live all the way out here, so I'm to my time different. Mm-hmm. Our work schedule is totally different. So like, and then that time it was COVID and shit. Like that was all that COVID shit going on too. So yeah, I think I was working at night. Well, no, we was talking when we was working at night. I was doing the podcast and shit.
But yeah, you had a good schedule, but once you went back,
that fucked me up. When I went back to the morning shit, that shit fucked me up. And I guess that's when I really started paying attention to shit, because got to spend more time with her. She was liking when I was working at night and shit.
Do more.
I remember right before I broke up, when I called her, she I didn't go to work the next day, so she was like, "Ugh, why you didn't go to work? You want to mess up my day?"
Wow.
I laughed. I said, "Bitch, you just don't know I'm about to fuck your deal."
Wow, that's crazy.
Bitch, I'm about to fuck your deal. Okay, you tripping? Oh, I was like, she said, "You went through my phone." I said, "Yeah, bitch, what you mean?" Let me tell you about look. That's the night she came back drunk after my birthday, my nigga. So I'm checking on that. I'm taking care of her in the bathroom and shit, I walk in the room, that phone just sitting pretty right there for me. I'm like, oh Lord. So I didn't go through it that much this time. I just went to a little bit. It's like, oh, all right. Woo. That was good. So, I think I shot out that night. When I shot out that night, I think I did. Came back a couple of days. I think a couple of weeks later, a week later. I don't know. It was probably fussing on some shit. Then I left. But some told me to go back home, my nigga. So I go back home. Oh. She laying down, the phone right where I sleep at. I'm like, oh God, this is my side right there. So I got a phone. So I started screaming. I started recording shit. I started recording on my phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can't deny none of that. I'm gonna send that shit to you the next day. That's what she gonna come. Oh, you're not going to work? Like, oh, bitch, I'm about to move. You tripping? I'm about to leave your stupid ass. So it's like, oh, you just stay so you can fuck my day up. I'm like, all right. I'm about to fuck it up. You just don't know. But wait a little while. Then I shot out because I started mad. So I started sending her this shit. I'm like, hey, you cheating, bitch. She got mad. She got more madder than me, bro. I'm like, oh, you want
As you should, because that's how they do.
You want to get more madder than me? Whoop, 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 whoop. Like, whatever. I'm leaving. Yeah, the fuck. You stupid. All that shit I did for you, you gonna do that? That's stupid. She gotta tell me you was cheating. I wouldn't give a fuck. I had to teach you how to get some money. You'd have been the best cheating bitch ever. Fuck. So, and then some more shit happened, but I ain't about to disclose that information on here. But yeah, so so yeah, I shot out. I showed out like that, bitch. I know you cheating and shit like that and stuff like that. But I wasn't really feeling clean. Like my career on trip. Throwing me too. So boom. So that shit. So it was like a Friday. I left in March. So like a couple of weeks after that, after my birthday, I left. So and then that's when I really like. She was really giving me all the mental health signs that everything I was reading was true. After the breakup, it was getting clear as fucking day, like clear as day. Like I'm like, damn, you tripping, tripping. She was like, oh, I met I should say that I met somebody and shit like that. But in the same sentence, she said, I haven't been the same since you left. I don't sleep. But then you met another nigga, all at the same little thing. So I was like, oh, this bitch crazy.
Oh, yeah, she ain't right.
I said, man, why you gonna go do that to that ball? I said, why you gonna go do that to that ball?
Clearly, it sounded like he a rebound, so she just
So I'm like, woo. So she's like, well, so apparently they was just fucking on something. That's the way she put it. She didn't want a relationship, but not even a relationship. No. So I don't know. I don't care. Nigga better watch my podcast and watch the podcast and get the fuck away from here. You know what? I know. So I'll just keep that as his friend, you know. So because I ain't gonna lie, she's a good friend. She's a good friend. That's it. But you start calling her out on her bullshit and shit like that, yeah, you'll see the devil. You'll see the devil. Yeah. Like, yeah. She don't like being corrected. Like none of that shit. Like that. And I was supposed to write notes about it and shit like that, but I had to do some shit last night because I was rewatching the video so I could get it back in my head and shit like that. I was supposed to jot some notes, but what happened? I think I was cooking and shit and just watching the videos. But I was supposed to write some notes, but I pretty much covered a few things that I needed to.
Like, yeah, shit, you ain't gotta do it all in one episode. Shit,
I know.
I think that's good. That's a good way to start back up. Like, you just let people know what what you was dealing for, like in the process.
Hell yeah. Like, yeah, I wanted to always like, there'd be days I'd be like, I'm about to do podcasts and shit. And they hit me like, fuck, I don't feel like fucking talking to nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
fuck. But I got a good support system, like I said. My team, my niggas keep me motivated. My friends keep me motivated. So, with no bigger for me to just, it was only music. Only I could set myself back down or fall off or keep myself in that hole or, keep myself down. I'm like, man, fuck it. Like, I'm coming up. Man. Fuck that down shit. Hey, then me. Like, the fuck?
yeah. Because I was like, I know, when we was talking about you and old boy doing this podcast together, and then it was like, and this nigga, he just, I don't know that nigga, but it was like I ain't even tripping. You do it by yourself. It is what it is. And then it was just like looking at the numbers. I was like, damn, this nigga like doing numbers for real. Like, I was like, man, people, you got certain people that like shit. Like, we got ours, you got yours, you got Chris, you got the After Dark doing. It's like everybody like got their own spices, but it's like your numbers hit. Like, your numbers is with our numbers. Like, but Chris them in After Dark, not yet. But yours and out, yeah. I was like, yeah, like people like with, they like that. So
Controversy sells. I'm getting back to that.
At the end of the day, it's like it is. You're right. It does, but it's like you only speaking the way you see shit. That's the way you. I like this, and I'm gonna speak it. You like it or not.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, forever grateful for you giving me this platform and shit. They did me like that. I'm forever grateful
because it's like, man, what's the point of you? Understand, like, social media is whatever. Cool. You could get on social media and not even get paid. You just telling people how you feel, this and that. Nah, nigga, y'all feel like I come listen to my shit. And if you feel some type of way, just don't come talk that shit. I'm inviting you to the podcast. Come talk with me. Let's go back and forth. Fuck all them text messages. Like, you go figure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, and you could get a different, bring, like, you gonna have your friends, cool, but you gonna have, like, what the podcast is gonna bring out a little bit more, like, people that you don't know, and some people that'll be on your side, some people that'll be on the other person's side, like, you know what I'm saying? So and then that opened doors of somebody say, man, I don't like what he said. Man, hey, man, come on to the podcast and come talk, come see what your opinion. And then, you know what I'm saying? You open the door for somebody else. Then somebody be like, man, I got this podcast. Come talk to my come on my podcast, talk this shit. You know what I'm saying? I just open the doors and this shit. That's putting you on a platform where you like, all right, now I can start getting paid. I can start how the fuck call it? I forgot what but you can start getting paid from this and stuff like that. And it's like social media cool, but it's like, man, listen, I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna talk my shit and I'm gonna get paid for monetize my shit. So
hell yeah. I saw y'all had Fredo DJ up in that shit. I'm tuning in. I fell off a little while going through all this shit like that.
So understood, man. Everybody, go through shit. No thing is, like you said, don't think because how we do, we on every Sunday, whatever, every Monday, whatever. It's like niggas still going through shit. It just, your shit was like to the point it's like, all right, I'm gonna just take a chill. I'm gonna just, I just kind of like just fall back a little bit. I have my days, and then I just come back and just like put a face on.
Hell yeah. But I was still doing my little talking. I was still talking shit every night and then and shit. Like, but it wasn't like it wasn't me, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck. I had my heart wasn't even in the right place and shit like that, my nigga. Like, my heart was cold.
Yeah, it is, and you don't.
On some that demon time shit, man.
You're trying to figure it out, trying to get yourself back together, man. Ain't no wrong with that.
Like I came back home for like I came home the whole summer. My nigga, I can count on my hands the people I hollered at, my nigga. Like I wasn't fucking with nobody. Like I was just to myself. Like to myself, man. I'm fake. I only saw my little partner, like my nigga, my right hand man, like twice. Me and that nigga just hollered at each other like 2-3 times, my nigga. Like I was just to myself, my nigga. I could have felt something was about to happen too, like, and then I don't know, shit was just weird and shit. But like, nigga, I made it. I'm good. Like, fuck that.
And look, we're gonna end it right here, and we gonna come back. So y'all be on a hook on the lookout now. You know what I'm saying? True Session season 2 coming soon. So you know what I'm saying. My boy get y'all. He let y'all know what it was, where he was at. You got some stories to come and tell y'all. So,
promise you.
So, man, there it is.
Man, it's your boy Beezer, man. Y'all stay fucking tuned. Class starting up, new semester. Y'all bring y'all ass in class. You know what I'm saying?
That boy said new semester. Yo.
Roll, man.